Hello, everyone, and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Julie Chrisley receives extended probation time after hearing. Julie Chrisley received extended probation time after her resentencing hearing. This was shocking for fans to hear. Everyone thought she might get less time in jail. However, that was not the case at all. Savannah Chrisley made it clear she was not happy about this. Keep reading to find out more. Savannah Chrisley is not happy. Savannah Chrisley has been vocal when it comes to her mother and her freedom. She is not afraid to speak her mind and let people know what is wrong in the justice system. However, some fans feel as though this is hurting her mother's chances of getting out sooner. They think Savannah is sabotaging it all by being so vocal about the issues. Julie Chrisley recently had her resentencing hearing. Her family was hoping that she would get less time on her sentence and get home quickly. However, this was not the case at all. Julie ended up getting the same amount of time in prison. Also, she got 2 additional years of probation time. She originally had 3 years of supervised release. However, she now had 5 years of supervised release. Fans did not realize this until they saw the documents. Savannah has also not said much about this. Fans feel as though Julie asking for so much messed up her chances of a lesser sentence. She asked to attend the hearing via Zoom, a 24-hour furlough, and to wear street clothes. All were denied. This may have made the judge mad at her before it all started. Do you think this messed up her chances of getting out sooner? It seems the judge was not having it with Julie. They made sure to get the point across that your fame does not get you out of consequences for doing bad things. However, her attorney feels as though that is the only reason she did not get less time. They feel as though the judge wanted to make a point. Regardless, she is still in jail for the same amount of time and now has 2 additional years of probation. What do you think about her getting additional time? Do you agree with it? Julie Chrisley, the matriarch of Chrisley Knows Best, has faced her share of legal turmoil, but this week's courtroom revelation left even her most devoted fans stunned. After months of speculation about her resentencing, a judge handed down a new decision, one that extended her probation time rather than granting the early release many hoped for. The ruling sent shockwaves through the Chrisley family, particularly as Julie continues to fight for her freedom and cling to faith while behind bars. A day of hope turns heavy. On the morning of the hearing, Todd and Julie's children reportedly held out hope that justice might finally turn in their mother's favor. Rumors had swirled that her legal team planned to argue for leniency, citing her strong record of good behavior and her ongoing health concerns. According to insiders close to the family, Julie had been optimistic. She had adjusted to life in federal prison with remarkable grace, even mentoring younger inmates and leading a small Bible study group. Julie believed the judge would recognize how much she's changed, an insider shared. She hoped this hearing might be her chance at a second start. But that optimism dimmed when the judge read the final decision. Instead of shortening her probation, the court added an additional 18 months to her supervision period following release. Why the probation was extended? Court documents reveal that the extension stemmed from what officials described as procedural adjustments in connection to her conviction. Essentially, when certain sentencing terms were reviewed, prosecutors pushed to ensure Julie would remain under close supervision once she leaves prison. Legal experts explained that extended probation isn't uncommon in cases involving large-scale financial crimes. It's meant to ensure long-term accountability. Still, fans of Chrisley Knows Best argue that Julie, who has consistently maintained her innocence, continues to face undue punishment. Julie isn't a threat to society, one supporter wrote online. She's a wife, a mother, and a grandmother who's paid the price already. This feels like overkill. Savannah Chrisley's emotional response. The ruling hit Savannah Chrisley particularly hard. The 27-year-old, who has taken on the role of caretaker for her younger siblings Grayson and Chloe, shared a tearful post to her podcast Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley. "I wanted good news for Mom," Savannah admitted, her voice cracking. She's been holding on to hope every single day. Hearing that she'll face more supervision, it's just heartbreaking. But if there's one thing I know about my mom, it's that she won't let this break her spirit. Savannah's fans flooded her comments section with support, applauding her strength and resilience in holding the family together while both parents remain incarcerated. "You're the rock of the Chrisley family," one fan wrote. "Your parents must be so proud." Julie's message from prison. Despite the disappointing outcome, Julie sent a heartfelt message to her loved ones through her attorney. In it, she expressed gratitude for continued prayers and promised to keep pushing forward with faith. "Every day is a new opportunity to trust God's plan," her message read. "Even when the road feels long, I know there's purpose in every step. My family gives me strength, and I'll keep believing for brighter days ahead." Those who know Julie describe her as deeply spiritual, the type of woman who draws her peace from scripture. Sources say she often begins her mornings with devotional readings and writes letters to Todd and the kids, reminding them to stand firm in grace. Todd's reaction from his own facility. Meanwhile, Todd Chrisley, serving his sentence at federal prison Camp Pensacola, reportedly struggled to process the news about his wife. "Todd's devastated," a source revealed. He truly thought this hearing might lead to Julie's early release, or at least some progress. The idea that her probation got extended instead, it broke his heart. The couple, who have been married for nearly 3 decades, communicate through letters and occasional phone calls. Family friends say Todd continues to lean on his faith as well, but the separation remains excruciating. "They were always a team," the insider added. Hearing that Julie's time under government watch will stretch even longer just feels like another blow to endure. While this latest development was far from the victory they wanted, the Chrisley family refuses to let despair take over. Savannah has reportedly vowed to continue fighting for her parents' rights through legal channels and public advocacy. She's been vocal about alleged inconsistencies in their trial and has continued to challenge the system's fairness. Grayson, who has stayed mostly quiet during his parents' incarceration, was seen attending a family prayer service alongside Savannah shortly after the hearing. According to witnesses, the siblings shared a long hug, a quiet reminder of their unbreakable bond. Even Nanny Faye, the beloved grandmother and fan favorite, weighed in during a family gathering. "My Julie is strong," she reportedly said. "She's always been the heart of this family. The good Lord's not done with her yet." Public reaction, sympathy, and division. News of Julie's extended probation quickly spread online, reigniting debates among fans and critics alike. Some feel the court's decision was unnecessarily harsh, especially given Julie's clean disciplinary record in prison. Others argue that accountability must be upheld regardless of fame or family circumstances. Still, one sentiment echoed across most platforms: sorrow for Julie's ongoing struggle. "Whatever you think about what happened, you can't deny this woman's strength," one fan posted. "She's been through the fire and still manages to shine grace and dignity." Looking ahead, what's next for Julie? With her probation now extended, Julie's legal team is reportedly considering whether to appeal the decision. Though that process could take months, insiders say Julie is determined not to give up. "She's learned patience," one source said. "Her time behind bars has taught her how to wait on God, even when she doesn't understand the reasons." Meanwhile, Savannah continues working to raise awareness about prison conditions and sentencing reform, issues she says her parents' ordeal opened her eyes to. She's hinted that future episodes of Unlocked will feature advocates and legal experts to discuss how others can fight similar injustices. The Chrisley spirit lives on. Despite the judge's ruling, one thing remains clear: the Chrisley family's spirit is far from broken. Julie's story continues to inspire thousands who see in her a reflection of resilience, faith, and unconditional love. For all the pain of this extended probation, there's also a message of perseverance. Julie may not be free yet, but she's determined that her heart and her hope will never be imprisoned. As Savannah recently wrote on Instagram, alongside a photo of her mother smiling before her incarceration, "They can extend the time, but they can't break her faith. My mom's light will outlast any sentence." And in that single line, the Chrisley family's legacy of love and endurance continues, stronger, tested, but still unshaken.